Looking to take your content to the next level? Upbeat Premium gives you unlimited access to premium tracks for only $6.99 a month. So what are you waiting for? Go premium now.
Hey, welcome to the Credit Card News live stream. I'm Cal Barton. I hope everybody is having a great 4th of July weekend so far. I'm seeing a lot of fireworks in my area. Danny, thank you for supporting the channel. I really appreciate that super chat. Thank you. So I saw someone in the comments. Let me see if I can locate it. Cinemadness, what's up? How you doing? You're telling me. Hold on. So you say, hey, Cal, I got a bonus from Public when I deposited $10. They gave me $4 of Apple stock and it pays dividends. So now I got $50 of Apple from Webull, which is $20.20 of Apple from Charles Schwab and $4 from Public. Listen, you've always done a great job of locating these promotions and referrals. And I just want to let you guys know that Webull still has that deal going on until the end of this month. It's end of July. So 6 free stocks, still get that with Webull. Check that out. I have a link in my comment. It's a pinned comment. What's up? How's everybody doing today? Shanika, how you doing? So let's get right into the news here. So here's the first topic here. Don't get dinged at the gas pump by new Visa and MasterCard policies. So this is going to affect really all of us. Gas prices aren't the only thing going up when you pay at the pump in the summer of 2022. Thanks to new policies from Visa and MasterCard, the temporary financial holds on the debit or credit cards you use to pay for gas also are on the rise by as much as 40%. The new limit is $175. Though these funds don't actually leave your account, the hold could cause you to have trouble with overdraft fees on debit card or impact spending limits on your credit card. So this is really, I have trouble with this when I go to the pump because I'm using a debit card. Locally, the gas stations around me charge extra when you use a credit card. So they charge 10 cents extra. So whenever I end up using a debit card, I always get a hold for $125. So now they can go even further. They can go even higher than that. So listen, if you're, under $1,000, which I know a lot of people, may have an account, maybe you have several accounts, or maybe you're in between checks and things are a little bit tight and you only have a few $100s in your account and you go to fill up, you could be, there could be a hold put on your account for as close to $200. That's a bit excessive. And so, you want to be on the lookout for that, because even though it's a hold, it's saying that you can actually be charged overdraft fees if, during that, during the period of time that hold is on your account and you overcharge it, then you could be looking at some fees stacking up. But, luckily, a lot of the accounts are moving towards no overdraft fees, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe this is going to not be as big of a problem as it would have been years past. Next, we have lawmakers are pushing Visa and MasterCard to do more to clamp down on consumer fraud. So this is interesting, guys. Lawmakers are slamming Visa and MasterCard for their hands-off approach to shutting down consumer fraud on their networks and have raised the possibility of legislative action. The investigation found that though MasterCard and Visa closely track businesses that have been flagged for lying to customers, lying to banks, and breaking the law, they rarely cut those businesses off. Instead, the card networks continue to facilitate the business's transactions to collect a percentage of every sale. Visa and MasterCard say that it is the responsibility of the banks to take direct action against fraudsters, rarely using the tools they have at their disposal to prevent consumer harm. But lawmakers say this isn't good enough. So listen, this is a good thing set up for the payment networks, because they're collecting those 3 to 4% interchange fees from merchants. So that's, likely one of their biggest sources of income. And they split that income, in different ways between the payment network, which is like Discover, MasterCard, Visa, and Amex. And they split that up with the credit card issuer, which, think about your respective banks like Bank of America or Chase or Citi. And listen, they're going to do what's in their best interest. And if they're still collecting, profits, even from, illegitimate an illegal activity, they're still going to do that. So they're obviously their hand has to be forced, and it's unfortunate that that's the case. But the money talks, right? Next, we have here's why the CFPB is concerned about credit card late fees. So the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau announced that it's looking into fees that credit card charge consumers for late payments, specifically whether those late fees are responsible and proportional to the account, to the amounts that people owe. The CFPB is looking at this now because credit card companies can change their late fees based on inflation. And given how high inflation has been lately, they have some concerns. The current rules government credit card late fees date back to 2009 in the wake of the financial crisis. Congress was looking for ways to protect people from getting too deep into debt. In 2010, the Federal Reserve put a $25 limit on late fees, but it also allowed credit card companies to adjust those fees annually based on the consumer price index. So I know this is not going to affect most of you guys, but it's good to know that just like a lot of things with credit cards, it is likely and they have the ability to change all of these variables and all of the legal all the language that governs how your what rate that you earn, what your cashback rate that you earn, or even whether you have an annual fee or not, or even whether you your credit, and most importantly your credit limit. They can change that on the fly. A lot of you have seen that happen, and obviously with Synchrony Bank, banks like that, Comenity, they can shut your accounts down on a whim. So it's important to know that these things are not set in stone. I know we have some great credit card issuers out there like Chase and Amex and others that will give you a pretty much a seemingly permanent credit card setup, but they don't have to do that. And in different, as the market and changes, they can actually make massive changes to their credit products. Next, we have Meta is launching Meta Pay. So get this, a metaverse dedicated digital wallet. Meta is trying to solve the problem of transactions and value interactions in the metaverse. The company announced the launch of a new digital wallet that will support the economy of users in the upcoming iteration of the metaverse. The wallet, dubbed MetaPay, will be an evolution of what's known today as Facebook Pay, still supporting the array of payments it handles currently, but with a new focus on digital identity and proof of ownership. According to Meta, formerly known as Facebook, the CEO Mark Zuckerberg, MetaPay will be a solution to two issues in the metaverse: accessibility to digital goods and proof of ownership. So I don't even think this is a problem. Personally, I believe the metaverse is a fad. It's just kind of a proof of concept. Let me know in the comment section, are you a member of the metaverse? Do you have like the Oculus Rift? Are you in that community? Do you participate in these type of transactions? I really don't think this is like searching for a solution. This is a solution to a problem that does not exist. So I just think it's interesting that they're taking it this far. All right, so a lot of you, Danny, I know you were excited about this. The Wells Fargo Autograph card. They introduced this new card. So here's the thing. The Autograph credit card is the new card will offer 3 points per dollar on 6 different everyday spending categories, similar to what the discontinued Wells Fargo Propel credit card offered before being shut down last year. The card is set to be available for new applications on July 13th. So look, that's in 10 days from now. New card holders will also be able to take advantage of a welcome bonus and introductory 0% APR promotion. So the 3% are the 3x points categories are restaurants, which I think is great. You can get a lot of use out of restaurants. Travel and transit, gas stations. Listen, that's going to be awesome, especially if you're using like public transit. You live in a major city, like I'm in New York City or in the area, you get a lot of use out of that. Gas stations, awesome. But popular streaming services, I mean, just get that out of here. I probably spend $20 to, a lot of people maybe have a Netflix account, but I could see at the most maybe you're spending $60 to $80 if you have all of the accounts, but I just don't see that being a big kind of swaying many people, because you're not going to be spending that much in that category. And then you have phone plans. Now, personally, for my phone plan, I'm using the Verizon Visa card just because it gets me, if you use that card with a Verizon wireless account, you're going to get like $20 a month in savings, or at least $10 per account if you have a Verizon wireless account and a Verizon FiOS account. So it just makes sense just to use that card for that purpose. But you could probably get some good savings from that, because listen, a lot of us are spending $100, $200, $300 on phone plans, especially if you're going to lump in the cost of the phone. Did you know that they're charging like that you can get a phone on a 36-month payment plan? That's amazing. That's almost the length of like a used car, right? You just get a 4-year loan on your cell phone. This is how far we've come today. Nino, yeah, you're right. It is awesome. I see you in the comments. Nino, what's up? Verizon Visa signature card is awesome, and it's metal. So if you're into metal cards, which I know Shanika you are, then you would like that card if it applied to you. So here we go with the next story. So why this crypto crash is different. So I'm switching it up a little bit on you guys. What we have here, let me delete that. So driven by the war and pandemic, a new macroeconomic paradigm is forming. High inflation is back after a 30-year absence, and with much tighter monetary policy. Interest rates are rising, and the central banks around the world are burning money. The era of plentiful dollars is coming to an end, and that will mean persistently lower prices for cryptocurrencies. Crypto markets have never known anything but easy money. So I think that's the key right there. Easy money, right? Bitcoin was born in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis, when many people feared that central banks experiment with ultra low interest rates and quantitative easing would cause runaway inflation. 10 years later, interest rates were still far below pre-financial crisis levels, and central bank balance sheets were still massively inflated. And the runaway inflation predicted by Bitcoiners had failed to appear. Instead, asset prices had risen massively, including cryptocurrency prices, as investors desperate for yield piled into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So, I think this could be different. Listen, I'm not one to be, I'm pretty down on cryptocurrency as an investment, but I do see some. I think this is a good point they're making, that during this whole period of time, we've had quantitative easing. We've had very the money supply has been the interest rates on the money has been very low during that time. So it's going to be interesting to see how the market reacts. You see all these different brokerages are kind of either they're pulling back, they're like Celsius and a few others. I think it was a Gemini. You let me know in the comment section, and let me know how you feel about crypto. Are you bullish? Are you buying more? Is this time to buy the dip? Let me know. Next, we have to cope with record inflation. This is real. Listen, inflation is it's a hot button issue, right? Americans have opened up a record number of credit cards. As Americans grapple with the highest inflation in 40 years, the number of new credit cards have surged as more Americans rely on them to keep up with high prices. Now, Danny, listen, this is not a bad thing for you. You're just applying for credit cards, no matter the economic times. I know, but Americans rely on them to keep up with high prices. So that's a really painful reality, right? That many people, and maybe the majority of people, use credit cards as a safety net. Unfortunately, they don't keep, enough money in their checking or savings account. They don't keep a safety net that they saved up. They just kind of spend up to the hilt. They just spend everything that they make and just have, a few credit cards that they don't know much about on the side as their emergency fund. And that's the worst thing you can do, because that's the most expensive debt that you can have. You're talking on average, 18+%. Some cars, I have a couple cars that are 29 point, right up to the top, 29.99% that you can legally charge. So you'd never want to rely on a credit card as your first, emergency, your first, the thing you first reach for in an emergency. You never want to do that. So according to a recent report from the Federal Reserve, revolving credit cards in lines of credit increased by 19.6% from the previous year to $1.1 trillion. Wow, that's an extraordinarily high number. According to a survey by Equifax, Americans received 11.5 million new bank credit cards through February of this year. This is a 31% increase from the previous year. The total limits for these credit cards were $55 billion, a 59% increase from the previous year. Total credit limits now stand at $4.1 trillion. And so $224 billion above the pre-pandemic level. Having more credit cards in and of itself is not a bad thing. In fact, in most cases, it's a great thing. And, that's kind of a big misnomer for the general public. I know you guys understand this, but it really doesn't matter how many cards you have. It's not going to really negatively impact your score. And the biggest factors on your score are, your credit utilized, and we got the 30. Yes, that's going to be 30%, and your payment history, which is 35%. So whenever someone asks how many credit cards should I have, it's really, the answer is what credit cards are you going to get the most value from, and just get those cards. So if that's 2 cards, then get your favorite 2 cards. If that's 5 cards, pick those 5 cards up and be happy, because even if there's some sort of slight dip in your credit score, it's going to level out over the course of just a few months. All right, next, for my Apple Card users, all my Apple Card holders, they're offering 4% daily cash back at these businesses. So you're going to get Ray-Ban, Fandango, J. Crew, Petco, StubHub, Crocs, Hotel Tonight, Yeti. I think the best deal here probably is Hotel Tonight. You let me know, what do you think is the best one here? Because Hotel Tonight, you can really, you can travel, spend quite a bit of money on a nice hotel. But some of these other ones, I'm not really seeing much value here. Ray-Bans maybe, because those are pretty expensive. But it's only until July 31st. I think I've been saying this for a long time, and I've been wanting to do an updated video on Apple Card, because it's very popular, and I think they have a lot of good things going for it, especially the way that they handle credit limit increases. With Goldman Sachs, they've proven to start you out relatively low, but you can apply for credit limit increases pretty much on a monthly basis. A lot of people having great success getting up to like the $20,000 credit limit mark. And so I think that they need to excite their consumers, their card holders, and bring out some new 3% categories permanently. Not none of this, not any of this 1 month BS. We want to see permanent 3% categories added to that list, because it's remained at that level since like 2019. All right, next, I want to let you guys know, this is something that I'm actively working on, and this is the Curve card. Now, I know you guys asked me in previous weeks about what am I looking forward to, what cards, and because I'm strictly focused on cashback cards, is kind of what I'm known for discussing, because that's what I personally use. And this has been something that I've been so excited about, and I didn't know when it was going to be coming to the US because they launched this product in the UK. And so basically what this curve card allows you to do, and I'm still working on the best way to describe it because it's pretty cool in theory, but it allows you to basically add all of your credit and debit cards to a to an account, to one account that's tied to this curve card. And so basically they set it up to look basically like your digital wallet. So just think about this. They launch with their product, you can add all your cards into this digital wallet that's connected to this one curve card. And so within the app, you can select what cards will be used for what categories. So when you use this card, say, for example, at groceries, at a grocery store, you can set it up to automatically apply those grocery purchases to a specific card. So you never have to go through the process of thinking about which card is going to earn you the best cashback rate. And you can do this down the line for different categories. You can even do it for the size of the purchase. So if you want to apply a certain transaction over $100, for example, to a specific card, you can set that up to automatically make that transaction happen. In addition to that, you can also, they give you a window. Now, this has not been locked in yet, but in the UK, they have a 30-day window where you can apply previous transactions to different credit cards. So maybe you made a mistake. I've done this before. I instead of making a purchase, for example, for a flight, maybe I wanted to make that flight purchase on my Venmo credit card instead of my SoFi credit card. I can go inside the app and then apply that to I can pull that transaction and apply it to the SoFi credit card retroactively. So I think that's cool. Now, this has proven to be a little bit shaky at first in the UK. So a lot of people you'll find are very skeptical about it, and myself included. I want to see if it works. So I'm going to put it kind of through the ringer. I still haven't gotten the physical card in yet, but I'm really eager to see how this technology works. And right now it doesn't work with, it only works with MasterCard and I believe Discover, but it does not work with Visa. So that's a big hang up. They're supposed to be updating that in the future because that's going to really make that dead in the water. But I'm excited about what this could be, but I can see how credit card issuers wouldn't want this to work because, I mean, a part of the business model is that you have to do some legwork and pull those cards out. I'm sure that they don't particularly like this this setup. Dark Dude, hey, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the channel. So, listen, I want to move right along here into the next story. And let me you guys know what do you think about the curve card? Is there any hangups? Is there anything that you're concerned about with that card? And that'll help me kind of with the way that I review the card and what I end up looking for. So I just want to tell you guys about this story here because I think it's going to be helpful. I've disputed a charge and lost the dispute. So this guy says, I ordered a furniture set from Wayfair. It came in damaged and Wayfair wouldn't help me. They wouldn't even let me return the item. So I called Capital One, the card that I purchased the furniture with, and began a dispute. Shortly after the dispute had begun, Wayfair charged me again for the same item, which was $855. Wow, that's almost $1,000. When I called Wayfair to ask why they double charged, they say, we cannot talk to you or tell you anything because we are in dispute. When I call Capital One, they're telling me that Wayfair is in the right and they can't refund any of the charges, including the double charge. So, you know, in this instance, you might feel helpless, and this guy was saying that he felt pretty helpless. And so what did he end up doing is one person said what you can do is contact the CFPB, which is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and file a complaint. I'm pretty sure during a legitimate dispute, most creditors will give you a credit for, a dispute like this. So it's important to know that you still have another step you can take. If you can't solve the problem with the merchant, and if you can't file a dispute and it doesn't go your way with the credit card issuer, you can still go above their heads and file a dispute with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. So I've never done this process before, but I will tell you, just in other in other contexts, in other situations, I've seen this I've utilized this sort of strategy. So for example, I had a company doing they were doing upgrades to the fiber optic lines. I think it was what company was that? It was like Time Warner. And I'm not a customer of Time Warner, but they were doing upgrades. They ended up leaving some equipment behind in my backyard. So I tried to call them. I didn't really have luck. What I ended up doing was calling or filing a complaint online, which was super easy, with with New York State, with a specific department with New York State that handles utilities. And that really got the ball rolling. There whole nother department that handles, issues with the utility companies. I'm sorry, a whole nother department of Time Warner contacted me, and it was like an executive kind of level situation, and much nicer, and got the ball rolling. So these organizations do seem to help a lot. So just keep that in your back pocket. If you ever have an issue going forward, you can contact the CFPB. Just Google that, and it'll go right to that government agency. All right, Arturo, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you for the super chat. All right, guys. And just to reiterate one last time, we still have Webull still has a promotion going on for 6 free stocks. I've had a few people actually contact me. They're giving out a minimum of $34 and a maximum of, I think, $12,000. So it's going to be at random, but you're guaranteed $34 at least just for signing up, depositing 1 penny. It's really something that you should take a look into. And I have a link in my not description, but in the chat. So just look at the top of the chat. It's a really good deal. You can see all you have to do is 1 cent. That's what it looks like in the account. 1 cent deposited, and then this is what it looks like when you have a completed. This is the stocks that they'll give you. They'll give you, at random different stocks, but this is just an example of what it looks like in the app. So what do you guys think? Let's see what you're talking about. Let's see what you say. I want to see. Let's discuss. You said Discover is definitely in your wallet Q3 and Q4. Can't beat those categories. I got to take a look at those categories myself. I just got approved for the Discover It card, so I'm right there with you. You and Danny have it, so I might be using mine as well. All right, Nino, you're saying customer service is the key when applying for credit cards. Amex, Discover, and Navy Federal never had any problems. Phenomenal customer service. I think I've been saying this for a while now, Nino. I think that's an undervalued aspect of credit card issuers is their customer service, because it doesn't really matter until you have a problem, and then when you have a problem, you want to get it solved. You want to know that they they hear you and that they can solve your problem. You don't want to have to wait on hold for a long time and then you get somebody overseas and there's that disconnect happening. So I can definitely see the value in having good customer service. And just so you know, Discover and Amex are award winning. And I think NFCU, I'm not sure if they won any awards, but I know just from seeing how everybody speaks about Navy Federal, they have great customer service. All right. Hey, thank you for, yes, 15,000 subs. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm very happy and thankful been able to reach that. And thanks to you guys. And I'm just trying to provide some, just trying to find ways of providing value and see what you guys want to see. Just trying to show those things. Danny, you're saying the curve card is very limiting at the moment. I would have to agree, just because it doesn't support the Visa payment network cards. Yeah, it's an experiment at this point. So I'm not expecting to get a huge value from it, but I did want to try it out. But it is limiting. I would have to agree. Dark Dude, you say great work on the PinFed video. Shout out, you were on point. Thank you, Dark Dude. Yeah, that was it was good to be able to highlight PinFed. I know a lot of people are big fans of credit unions, and I'm still thinking pretty heavily about joining PinFed just because they value your relationship with them. And so, unlike other the big four, credit card issuers, with these credit unions, if you just show that you're going to use their products and you pay on time and you just give it enough time, you're going to be able to reach their maximum credit limits. And you're never guaranteed that with with Chase or other credit card issuers. So that's a really good aspect of credit unions. Oh, we have Dan Smith. He said, I'm bullish on crypto long term. Interesting. Tell me, let's see. You're scraping together cash to buy Bitcoin, $10,000 to $15,000, hopefully. Listen, I even though I'm bearish, I guess you would say, on crypto. I think that if you were to buy, this would be a great time. This is not advice, but personally, if I was gonna get into it, it seems like a really good time because there's so much, there's so much FUD, so much fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market right now. A lot of people have had their accounts kind of wiped out. You see what's happening with these brokerages like Celsius. They're just imploding. So it seems like things are really hitting the fan at this point. They're hitting the fan. So if I was buying in, now would be the time for me, personally. Nino, thank you. What? For Coney Island hot dogs, Nathan's tomorrow. Happy 4th. Thank you. Happy 4th of July. I appreciate that. Yes. I need to go to Nathan's. I've walked by Nathan's maybe a couple times. I know they got legendary hot dogs there. I've been to Coney Island though. I didn't go in the water, but they have a nice boardwalk. A lot to do out there. It gets a little crowded, That's why I kind of prefer Long Island a little bit. Yeah, Shanika. Yeah, I'm out here in I can get this actually. Just a second, guys. All right. Back. Bear with me. So yeah, Shanika, I'm located in Long Island. I'm out, and so I'm pretty close to the city. I can get back in the city within like 30 minutes to an hour. All right, Cinemanis, I just want to address this. So you said I'm in kind of a dilemma. Chase keeps giving me additional spin promotions beyond my intro bonus while I'm working on Discover It cashback match. The Chase promotion's actually good, but most focus. Yeah, I mean, listen, those promotions are probably just continue rotating. The cashback match is going to be really lucrative, right? Because it's just going to double the cashback that you earn in the first year. So I think you're doing good to focus on that. But I do want to make a point here that taking advantage of the promotion seems to really improve your odds of getting limit increases. I've seen this time and time again, especially with like balance transfers, and it's just an easy way to get another indicator, another kind of it's like the credit card issuers are looking for those metrics when they're using their automated algorithms to determine if you're going to be a profitable customer. Are you using their products? Because their products are profitable for them. That's why they're trying to push them on you, right? Yeah, Venetia, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you here before. So you're saying I've been with Capital One for 5 years. They never offer an increase. Has anyone had an issue with receiving an increase with Capital One? A lot of people have issues with Capital One. Really, the fastest way is to, usually people are bucketed, what they call bucketed. So when you first sign up for a Capital One credit card, especially their lower end cards like the Platinum or the Quicksilver One or Quicksilver card, and you get like a $500 limit and it's been a long time and they never increase your limit, you're likely bucketed. And you're likely only going to get either denied or get like $100 limit increase. The fastest way to get out of that is to actually sign up for a new card once you have a better credit profile. That's the fastest way. But it's been shown, and I'm working on a video right now, that if you give it enough time and you give enough indicators, that you're focusing on high usage on the card for a prolonged period of time, among other things that you can do, that you can end up getting out of the bucket and getting a few increases. And so usually you'll know you're out of the bucket when you get offered a $3,000, maybe like a $1,000 to $3,000 increase. And that usually comes from spending a lot of money on the card. So think about 30% of your available credit limit for at least 4 to 6 months. But there are some other things that you can try doing, but I'm actually working on a video on that. You'll see in the next few days that I've seen that other people have had some success with. Jorge, what's up? What is up, Jorge? Welcome back, man. I thought I would have seen you earlier in the chat, but listen, it's better late than never. All right, so Jay, what's up, man? You saying Chase Freedom Unlimited and Chase Freedom Flex have been your tag team duo. That inner feel good feeling when you use cards that you truly enjoy is unexplainable. Interesting. I'm glad that you're feeling good using that setup. Usually people kind of run with the trifecta at that point. Are you looking to get like the Chase Sapphire Preferred if you're in the Chase ecosystem? I have the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which I've been using less lately just because I have so many other cashback cards that kind of fill in the 3%. And I've been using 2 City Custom Cash cards, which I definitely I recommend that really highly because I have 2 City Custom Cash cards. Again, you get 5% back in your top spending category up to a $500 in spend. So like earlier today, I used it. Actually, I used it yesterday for restaurants and today for groceries. So I used 2 different cards. I'm getting getting 5% back in 2 separate categories using that setup. But the Chase setup is also great. I know a lot of people love it. Yeah, Sethio, she's saying, what videos are you planning for this month? So definitely working on a video about escaping the Capital One Quicksilver bucket. So or just escaping the bucket with Capital One. I know everybody was asking about that video. So I just try to dig deep, figure out what are some of the stats of the card holders that has success getting an increase after they've been bucketed. So that's the video I'm working on right now. Beyond that, I'll probably do a video on what's in my wallet. So what is my current setup, what I'm using on a daily basis, because it's been a long time since I've done a video like that. All right, EHJ, sorry. I have 2 Quicksilver cards with them, but want to upgrade them. I'm not sure if I can upgrade to the Saver 1. I think I can upgrade to the Venture. Chase has the best 1.5% card with unlimited and extras. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think the standard for cashback cards now as a flat rate is 2%, which I think they need to catch up with. But I do like the fact that the Quicksilver card has no foreign transaction fees. So if you travel a lot, that's a really strong point there. But the thing is, I believe you cannot upgrade to a Saver 1 card. For some reason, it doesn't seem to allow, I don't think they allow people to upgrade the Quicksilver to the Saver, if I'm not mistaken. But if you check out that video I did about upgrades, because there's an upgrade link that you can see without doing a hard pull to your credit score and see if you qualify for upgrades on either card. I would definitely do that. And you can do that on a monthly basis. Yeah, DJ Bruce Wayne, welcome back to the stream. Yeah, I think Chase, I think if I said this before, I think Chase, they need to offer a 2% card, but I don't think they will. They probably would have done it by now. And Chase is like the #1 credit card issuer. I just think that for whatever reason, they chose that's not going to be their business model. They're not going to compete with the plethora. I mean, there's so many 2% flat rate cards at this point. They probably want to compete on a different level. And probably they've been focusing on travel, on their travel portal, investing a lot in that. They've been making those acquisitions of those travel companies. So they're probably focused on people wanting a trifecta and pooling those points together for travel. Raul, what's up, buddy? So you're saying recently new applicants have been getting high credit lines with Capital One. I've seen people get $15,000 to $50,000 limits with the Venture and Saver cards. Wow. You know, I've never seen over a $30,000 limit with the Venture X card. So I think with the Venture X, the minimum starting limit is $10,000, but you can go from $20,000 to $30,000 starting limits with that card. $50,000, that is really high. I have not seen that, but my starting limit with the Quicksilver card was $15,000, and then earlier this year I got a increase to $16,000. So that makes sense. All right, Danny, you said you got $2,000 in spend and finally got your 45,000 points for your green card. Nice. Congratulations. Good job. Did anybody else get a credit limit increase, or did you qualify for your sign up bonus? But tell me about your wins. I want to know about some wins this past week. All right, EHJ23, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Listen, that makes me feel so good that that you appreciate the video, getting value from that video. Definitely put a lot of time in that. Cheryl, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. Raul, what's up, brother? So Bank of America bumped you up from $15,000 to $30,000 2 days ago. Wow. They doubled you to 30K? Man, wow, man. Nice. What I got for you? We're going to just go hand clap. Nice. How did you manage that? Just tell me, what do you think was the deciding factor? What was the top one or two things that allowed you to get that sort of increase? Because I want to know. I'm sure everybody wants to know. How do you do that? The secret. Let the secret out the bag. Let the secret out. Because I want to know 15,000. That's amazing. Oh yeah, Nino, thank you for reminding me. Yes, hit the like button. Hit the like, please, everybody hit the like button. I always forget about this. Definitely helps. Really appreciate that. Cheryl, nice. You got your sign up bonus for the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And what is that? What is that? 80,000 points? Nice. You got it. You got it. What are you going to do with all that? What's your plan? Are you going to pull that together? You just going to wait till later down the line? You know, a lot of people, they'll wait, you know, maybe for a big trip to come up. What is your process? Thank you, everybody.
Love Upbeat? Upgrade to Premium for just $6.99 a month to get unlimited downloads, premium tracks, and whitelist your YouTube channel. Unleash your creativity with Upbeat Premium.
Oh, Dan Smith said, anyone know about any good bank direct deposit bonuses right now? Listen, I'm always gonna go. SoFi is always running a great deal. So if you haven't already signed, I use SoFi for my main account, and that's why I direct deposit. Yeah, all my checks there, and that's kind of my hub. Other than that, on a Sin Madness, I need you to chime in here because you know exactly what accounts that have those big sign up bonuses. There's going to be a lot of others. You just posted it, all right. Yep. A few things just think about, everybody, before you sign up for anything new. Always look for some sort of referral code, because and you can do that through YouTube also. That's one thing that I've had to really put into my workflow, is to before I ever sign up for anything new, just look for a referral code, because oftentimes you'll be able to get money and you'll be able to get some other person that you like, or maybe a total stranger. You'll be able to earn them some money at the same time. It's really a win-win. Yeah, Jay, we spoke about this a little bit earlier. So the new autograph card gets you 3% back. And just to double check those categories real quick, it gets you 3% back in, where is it at? Here we go. It's going to get you 3% back in restaurants, travel, transit, gas stations. Listen, that's great. I think the only thing they're missing me with is the streaming services, because personally, I do use streaming services, but a lot of us are sharing some services, and then the ones we do sign up for, you might be spending what, 20 max $30 a month. You're really not going to get much back for that. I currently have other cards that fill my needs for those categories, but I think it's decent to have to get 3x points back on restaurants, because that's big. Everybody's dining out, and travel is also huge, because you could spend what, $1,000-$2,000 on a vacation. And transit, if you're using subway system, using Uber or Lyft, that's going to come in handy. Gas stations, obviously, we're all driving back and forth to work, and the gas prices are through the roof. So I think it's a competitive card. So, Danny, thank you, man. It's very generous, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. You're saying, I'm gonna get the autograph card and report back to everyone. Approved or denied. I'll let y'all know. Danny, you're gonna be what, over 30 cards very soon. Very soon. I apply for cards on a whim myself, so I know the feeling. I was this close to applying for that account with, what's that new, Dover Federal Credit. I was this close. I was like, they offered $20,000 starting limit. I just wanted to get it just to say I did that, but I ended up not wanting to go through with it, because you kind of have to jump through some hoops to actually get approved. You have to send in W-2s, and they have a little bit of a waiting time on that. So it might have been a few weeks. So I just to have peace of mind, I just didn't go that route. But let me know what was your highest starting credit limit. I want to know what was everyone's highest starting credit limit. For me, I think that was ironically, it was the Capital One Quicksilver card. I know a lot of people have trouble with that card, but for me, it was $15,000 with the Capital One card. Let me know in the chat, what was your highest starting limit? I'm trying to see something here. I bet you a lot of people are going to say like Navy Federal or Penn Fed. Danny, listen, all right, you got too damn much. You said 3,000 on the Saver One card. All right, that's respectable. Listen, I'm not gonna scoff at 3,000. 3K get the job done. Danny, you're saying DCU, SoFi, Penn Fed started you at 10,000. 10,000 is great. I think $10,000 is like the ideal, as pretty much on average everybody's ideal credit limit. So you're doing great there. That's a great starting limit. Most of mine are 10 or above. All right, Shanique, you said 8,000 to discover it 2 weeks ago. You got approved 2 weeks? Nice. 2 weeks ago. Congratulations on that. You're gonna have good experience with Discover. Raul, you're saying 11,000 with the Venmo credit card. You know, Nino made this point last week or before that you can say a lot of negative things about Synchrony, but what they will do is give you an adequate or a high credit limit. So they'll start you off right, and they won't hold you back either. You apply for, if you use their card and you apply for an increase, they'll bump you up quick. Jay, 11,200 with the Chase Unlimited. Chase is like, that's pretty impressive because Chase is known to kind of play things close to the vest. So I only have like a $6,000, I think a $6,400 credit limit on my Freedom Unlimited card. So you're doing better than me. Christoph, what's up, buddy? I should have pulled the trigger on Dover. I did and got approved for $30,000 with proof of income. Wow. That's eye-popping, dude. Eye-popping. 30K with Dover? I mean, listen, you still can. If you haven't pulled the trigger, you still can. Cheryl, you saying Navy Fed gave you 13,000. Okay. And listen, you can bump that up to like over 20,000 just in one increase. Navy Federal is giving out $8,000 increases. So you're going to be in an amazing shape soon. Wow. DJ Bruce Wayne, 15,000, 15 racks on the Chase Sapphire Preferred. That's everybody's preferred Chase card too. 15. Nice. Nino, man. Nino, you had to upstage everybody with that flagship though. Wow. Actually, yeah, I think you're the highest so far. $25,000 starting. That's 25,000 is the final credit limit. That's for most credit cards, $25,000 is the maximum limit. Nino started at that. That's bonkers. And you went to 35,000. Cinnamon only 3,000 Apple Card. Listen, that's respectable, but I thought you'd be higher than that. $3,000 on the Apple Card, but listen, you can get that up real quick. Cheryl, you have over $100,000 total in available credit. Very nice. 6-figure available credit. Yeah, Jorge, if you haven't listened, just Jorge, if you see the video that I think my last video is on Penn Fed, they are very generous. You know, they might start you off a little relatively low, but they will give you some big, I think the average increase was just over $10,000 on average from the data points that I gather. All right, everyone. Listen, it was great hanging out. It's good. I'm really happy to see everybody getting, having some great, I wouldn't say luck, but it's really good to see these higher credit limits, starting limits. So listen, you're doing things right here, but thank you for hanging out with me. Look out for a new video in the next day or two, and y'all have a great 4th of July weekend. All right.